Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about people that have a Taurus Sun and Virgo Moon in their natal chart. I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. What I'm saying is, I'm going to talk about people that have that combination in their chart, a Taurus Sun and Virgo Moon. And the basic character, which is the Sun, Taurus in this case, can be very loyal, steadfast, trustworthy, patient, persistent, placid, and very calm. And this is on an unconscious side, which is the moon. The sun is the conscious, moon is the unconscious side of the person. And the moon being in Virgo can be very organized, tactful, scrupulous, analytical, I would say as well, detail oriented, and very clean. And this person may not always be aware that he or she maybe is somebody that's enamored like with cleanliness. This could be a person that might emphasize hygiene and health very strongly, but not always even be aware of this. This is a person as well that is likely to be very organized, because Taurus and Virgo are both organized. They're both earth signs. This is a good combination, especially if this is in a trine aspect in one's natal chart. This can be about, can be really the person may bring this really a very persistent and loyal Taurus Sun qualities into something that could be Virgo related, such as it could be something with statistics, or something with analysis, or defragging, such as defragging, compartmentalizing a computer. It can be something with cleaning, health-related matters. It could be working as a nutrition, a dietitian, health or fitness instructor. Because Virgo Moon can be very punctual and timely with things, and Taurus Sun, the basic character generally will come through on what he or she says they're going to do. And this is a person you could generally count on, be very reliable and dependable, and very prudent as well. This is probably somebody that's a very economical person. Taurus Sun generally is not inclined to spend money unless they have to. Virgo Moon, I mean, the zodiac sign Virgo may arguably be the most frugal of all the zodiac signs. So this person probably has a very good understanding and conception of how to really stretch the dollar. Now, let's say if the rising sign, for example, is in a little bit more reckless sign, such as Sagittarius, a sign that is not necessarily as prudent regarding things of a monetary nature, and it could be that could modify this influence to some degree. Now, the thing is, this is also keep in mind the sun is about the true self, and with the true self, the sun being in Taurus in this case, could be very sedentary, stagnant, could be very difficult get the person to go anywhere. It's strong. Taurus people often have a very strong aversion to change. I have my ascendant in Taurus, so I would know something about that, of course. And the inner self, which in this case is the moon in Virgo, may be more pedantic, very systematic, punctilious with details, could be very just efficient, as some examples, punctual, precise with things. And this combination also is about, I would say, given that the sun is about our drive and motivation, a person may be very driven and motivated, which is the sun, to have stability, which is Taurus. And it can be, in this case, maybe the stability may be attained. It could be through just being very punctual, by being hardworking, industrious. It may be, also as well, which is Virgo. And the actions, which is the sun in Taurus, can be very deliberate and methodical. And now the reactions, which is the moon. The moon is about the sun is about our actions. The moon is connected with our reactions and responses. So the reactions may be very, trying to be very proper. There may be some nervousness, and the reactions may be very timely. And again, like I was stating before, this will be more harmonious if it's in the trine aspect. Now, as an example, let's say if somebody has the Taurus sun at 23 degrees and the Virgo moon is at 28 degrees, that would form a trine aspect. A trine aspect, astrology is 120 degrees. It's favorable and auspicious. It's good, blending of the astrological energies. But at the same time, you can have an out of sign square aspect between the Taurus sun and Virgo moon. Now let's say, for example, if somebody has let's say, try to figure it. I know that you can have a square aspect with this. So let's say you have the Taurus sun, trying to see if it's at 29 degrees, say as an example. You could have the Virgo moon at 1 degree, and that would form an out of sign square aspect, which could be adversarial. Now, the thing about it is some people don't agree. They don't subscribe to the belief that you can have an out of sign aspect. Now I'll give you an example to illustrate why I believe you can. Now let's say, and I've stated this in previous videos, let's say, for example, you have the sun in Cancer at an early degree. Say it's at like 0 or 1 degrees, and you have the Mercury in Gemini at 29 degrees. They're in close proximity to each other, the sun and Mercury. And when you have a close proximity of the two planets, I believe you can have friction with those energies, with those planets. And even though they're not in the same sign, there's still a vibration between the two. And I would say that would still apply to the other aspects in astrology, whether it's a sextile, a trine, a square, an opposition, or an inconjunct aspect. So I'm talking about major aspects, and I do see the inconjunct as major. Some people see it as minor. But anyway, this is just somebody that could be, I would say, this combination, the Taurus sun and Virgo moon, you can manifest in somebody being really a good financial analyst, because you have the Taurus sun. The sun is about our basic wants, wanting things, doing something connected with finances. In some case, you have the Virgo moon that has the need to analyze, and I would say be a very good combination for any position which requires some analysis of money. If money has to be compartmentalized for some reason in some job position, then this could be an ideal combination to do so. And this is this combination. Remember that the Taurus sun generally is not very critical or judgmental, but this person may be a little bit more critical and judgmental than the typical Taurus sun. The inner self can be so, which in this case is the moon being in Virgo. And this is just, again, having the sun and the moon in earth signs. It's a person that likely is very cautious, premeditative, prudent, economical, plans well ahead of time, and it's just, and also very, let's say, very observant to just things around them, to details. Taurus can surprisingly be analytical, but Virgo is notorious for being very analytical, and this is a person that likely can analyze things very well, I would say. And anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.